World Heavyweight Championship, Sheamus against Big Show, and they weren't really telling us ahead of time if this was going to be a Hell in a Cell match or not, and we didn't know until they started the match. We kind of were expecting them to lower the cage, and lo and behold, it didn't happen, which is pretty stupid considering this is, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Tony's only just saying that because he's kind of upset that he wasn't included.
I should have. I would have kicked out of the WMD. Yeah, right.
I know you would.
My head would have fucking flown off. It would have been me sitting in a corner. He punched me.
Like, oh my god, there's this fist coming at my face in slow motion. Let me just move to the right.
Right. Hey, I'm like as pale as Sheamus. So. But I was kind of expecting, and I'm surprised they didn't do this. I was kind of expecting Ziggler to try to cash in at the end of the match and John Cena to stop it. And that be the reason why he says, like, I guaranteed that I would do it, but John Cena stopped me, and, I wasn't signing up for that, and all that kind of crap like that. But
Cena's a pedophile.
I'm really surprised. Instead of doing that, with Sheamus, retaining and everything like that, they just flat out had Big Show win the title. I didn't see that coming at all.
I called it.
I saw it coming like a porn film.
I called it. Go back to last week's episode and hear me call it, because I called it.
No, he didn't. He's lying.
Like the ass can.
I thought the match was pretty much a bore. I thought this was actually one of the worst matches of the night. And even though
You know what? You're the only person probably out of the majority who've actually said that. A lot of guys have said that it was amazing. And I have to agree with Braden on this one. He was saying that the Big Show and any big guy, Sheamus manages to get a good match out of them. He works really well with big guys.
I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse, but in comparison to the rest of the matches on the card, I thought that this was one of the worst ones.
I kind of marked out at the end. Didn't expect it to come. I mean, even though I called it, I didn't expect it to really happen. I just was being an ass last week. And when he got punched and they pinned him, I was like, oh, shit!
Yeah, I mean, that was interesting. I'll give them that. I'm kind of interested in where they're going to go from here, because when I try to predict things ahead of time, it's like, well, especially with the current and future champions on the website, I'm trying to think months ahead of time and what they could do for this and that and that. And I was expecting maybe Wade Barrett to be the one to take the title from Sheamus. Now that Big Show's there, do they give it back to Sheamus? If they do, are they going to do that at TLC? Or are they going to do that at Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble?
Sheamus is definitely going to get the belt back at some point.
I don't know. See, there's two other things that I think that they can go with on this one. I think that they can either have Randy Orton win the title, as they could do Sheamus, and they could do Randy Orton, and maybe do Sheamus against Orton at WrestleMania or something like that. Or, and I don't necessarily think that this is what's going to happen, but it's a possibility, they could have Big Show keep the title until WrestleMania and drop it to Ryback, who wins the Royal Rumble.
I just don't really think Ryback should be getting anywhere near a World Championship yet. And I will basically state yet, because they have, I will highlight this more in the Ryback versus CM Punk match. He's nowhere near main event caliber yet.
Well, if you're thinking that they're going to have Sheamus win the title back, when do you think they're going to do it? Survivor Series, TLC?
I believe probably TLC. Survivor Series, they're going to have Big Show sort of keep it to legitimize his title aspirations. I do not believe that he'll lose the belt just yet. If they do, because this is the thing with Show, he wants more of a legitimate reign. And I don't think they're ready to give up on Sheamus just yet.
What were you saying, Days?
In 20 days, he'll lose it.
Yeah.
I can't do it as well as Braden.
No, Braden's Sheamus is hilarious.
Yeah, we'll have to try to do it justice with the 30 days.
20.
But what did you think about the match quality, though, Days?
It's as good as a match for two larger dudes is going to be. And like I said, I marked out at the end because I did not expect that ending, even though I called it.
He says he called it. He's lying.
Oh, I know I called it. I think we need to have like a little link down somewhere. When I'm pointing at my computer screen like you people can see me, but there needs to be
He's pointing out his crotch.
The footnote. That too. And I'm just saying, overall, for a big guy match, it was okay. Once for a pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell, and not to have your other title in a Hell in a Cell. Fuck you, WWE.
What did you think, Urban?
I'm still pissed that it wasn't in a cell also. I'm with you that the match wasn't overly, I guess, exciting, at least until the last couple minutes. The last couple minutes it picked up, and nobody realistically expected Show to win. So that was, I guess, something. But, yeah, I wasn't overly impressed with the match itself. But when you were rattling off names of all the future champions, I noticed you left off Dolph Ziggler, who's got the Money in the Bank waiting.
I'm not expecting him to win it. Not until after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same now because I don't believe he's gonna cash in at Mania because he's not ready as of yet. I think they're using the feud with Cena to sort of give him a bit of a rub.
See, I could see them doing. There was a rumor that they would want to do Sheamus against Orton at WrestleMania, and I could see them. You know what gets tough about this is like, if they want to push Sheamus and Orton at WrestleMania, you would think that they would go ahead and just do the Orton heel turn that he wants. And if they do that, then they can't do what I was just about to say, which was maybe they'll do Ziggler against Orton after WrestleMania as like a primary feud. But maybe Ziggler turns face and does that. That's a possibility. I don't know. I really don't think that they necessarily have a plan when it comes to the World Heavyweight title and Dolph Ziggler. I think they're just kind of waiting until they need to pull the trigger. Kind of like Daniel Bryan.
There's a lot of room for them to do that in terms, because I felt Ziggler probably should have had a chance as a face. But for now, I think they are sowing the seeds of distancing him from Vicky by giving us something else to do. But with the title situation on SmackDown, there are not enough main eventers on the card for SmackDown shows. And the easiest way to rectify what they've been doing, I know they're probably just going to put Daniel Bryan back on SmackDown anyway, because the fact once his feud with his team with Kane is over, they're going to end up placing him back on SmackDown as one of the main eventers going for the World Heavyweight Championship, which is cool. But on the same effect, there's so much room that they could, go for. But they're not taking chances with a brand which should be there for them to take chances with, if that makes sense. This is the brand where you put people on to see if they can be tested as a future WWE champion, as the guy that can, carry the company. But they're not doing that.
Former champions ready to come back that are sitting in the wings in the Mark Henry and Christian.
Yeah, but Henry's going to retire at some point. I believe he's probably not coming back at all. He's probably waiting for his contract to run out and then he's done. Because he just gets injured too much.
Sing a song.
As for Christian, I don't believe that they're going to place him back in the world title picture ever again.
You think he's going to stick around mid-card?
Yeah, upper mid-card. I know. I'm not a fan of that.
This is going to be the only World Heavyweight title match at Survivor Series, so they're obviously continuing that. And either...
I'd like to say, though, please, please, please put this on as the final match. Put Sheamus versus Big Show on as the final match of Survivor Series, as the main event, because that's what should happen. Because your WWE champion, the 5-on-5 Survivor Series they've got going on at the moment with these teams, does not need to be the center of attention.
Are you crazy? It's going to be Ziggler and John Cena closing the show.
Yeah, if they do that, then I'm going to get really pissed off, because the fact is, the champion should be the one closing the show. If you want to put Ziggler and Cena on as sort of a prelude, I think it would sell, because it's the first time that the world champion would be the closer. First time in how many years?
I'm expecting World Heavyweight title, John Cena versus Ziggler, Divas Championship match, and then elimination match.
Yeah, which I think is a big mistake.
Well, we'll see what happens when it comes to that. We have to do a little buffer here with the Divas Championship on the next part, and then talk about the Heavyweight Championship. Hell in a Cell match.
I hear Divas.
I'm taking a piss break.
Flap.
Next part, talk about that Divas stuff and then go right into the Hell in a Cell match.